Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, and Karkadash. I want to give honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, pushing his truth across the four winds. I did a sit down on this guy a couple months back, and I just seen him come across my feed, and on the clip I noticed the guy was in Houston, Texas. All right, so I'm doing this clip not to bash this guy, but to show brothers, all right, how we do things in Great Millstone. Younger brothers, how we do things in Great Millstone. All right. Now, the guy, first off, I'm gonna say, the guy is consistent in doing his work. He do his videos and he brings it out weekly. And me personally, I've never heard him go off doctrine. I've never heard him go off on the doctrine. All right. But where I have seen him go off, he's erratic when it comes to order. All right. So you could know this doctrine, and we've seen plenty of guys that was amongst the fold that didn't get kicked out for teaching something off, but they got kicked out because of their anastrophe, the way they carried themselves, their order, the way they did things. They wasn't able to humble themselves and have men over them. Okay? And the scriptures say when we are to do something, we're not only to do things in word, but we're to do things in word and deed. Okay? And I'm gonna bring out two precepts and show why I'm doing this video. All right? It's not just it's not to bash this guy, but it's to show younger brothers that come in the way things are done in Great Millstone, and we do things according to how Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, and Karkadash has commanded us. All right. This is Luke 6, and I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at verse 46, and it reads. And Yahushua, this is in red. He said, "Why you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" All right. So, if you're going to give double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, it's imperative the decrees, the orders, the way they've done things, you have to follow them. They've laid the foundation for us to follow. And we have to build upon the foundation that they've made. This is what they've laid down. You say you get a camp, you go in whatever city you are. If they don't already have a camp there, and you get your folders, you get your posters, you get your stick made, your signs with the nations on them. All right? You get built up to a level by looking it out at the elders' videos. You learn the doctrine, and you go out and teach what you learn and blow the trumpet. And the Most High is going to bring you the fruit. All right? Because if you're not blowing the trumpet to bring brothers in, what does it, when you go out to fish, the Yahweh Shai told the disciples, "I'm going to make you fisher of men." All right? He said, "I'm going to make you fisher of men." So when you go out to fish, you're going out to catch some fish and put it into the boat. Okay? So for you to get fish and put into the boat, that means you have to be in one spot fishing, man. All right? The elders told us, you get a spot in your city and you go week in and week out and teach. Okay? All right? This guy goes from city to city. He drives trucks in whatever city he in, he teaches. All right? That's disorder. You can't build a camp that way. And I'm gonna give an example. How what he does, he's doing it, but he's not doing it orderly. All right? And I'm gonna show you what happens when you don't do things orderly. This is verse 47. Whosoever comes to me and heareth my sayings and do them, I will show to you whom he is like. Now Yahweh Shai is going to show you when you do things the way the elders of Great Millstone do it, how you have endurance. The elders have been doing it 30, 40 years. All right, and it works. I'm here. I'm an example of how it works. My brothers that come in after me is an example of how it works. Okay? I mean, they show and tell. Got a song the old school guys used to sing. I don't know who it was, but they say, "Show and tell." It's the name of the game. But the elders showing and telling, man. All right? Actions speak louder than words. So you look around the globe and the way they've done things, they've gained righteous fruit. Okay? So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? Verse 48. He's like a man that built in a house and dig deep and laid the foundation on the rock. On the rock. The house that the elders of Great Millstone have made is not getting blown down. And guess what? You see people trying to tear it down, calling the brothers pedophiles, threatening to kill them. And guess what? Just more and more camps is popping up everywhere throughout the planet, teaching that doctrine. All right? So it's built on a solid foundation. If it was built on a weak foundation, it would have toppled by now, 30, 40 years. You see what I'm saying? And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house. Man, you have niggas that's beating vehemently on Great Millstone's house and foundation, trying to tear it down, man. And guess what? It's still standing and could not shake it, for it was founded on the rock. All right? Now, this goes for the fruit of Great Millstone. If it worked for the elders of Great Millstone, how much more of the fruit? All right? So the elders tell us to go to one spot in whatever city you reside and teach, and he's going to bring the fruit to you. Now, I'm going to show you the problem the way this guy teaches, that is disorderly. And it's hard to build a camp and to gain fruit that way, because when you build a camp and gain fruit, the elder brothers got to teach the young brothers how to become servants of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? You got to show younger brothers how to walk. They learn from you. Paul said, be ye followers of me. Okay? So you have to be able to touch brothers. Let me get a scripture. Let me get two scriptures. This is Matthew 22 and verse 37. And it reads, all right. This is Matthew. I'm going to go to 22 and 39. I'm going to start from 37. Salaki. Yahweh Shai said unto them, thou shalt love thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Not just in word, but in deed, okay? This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like unto it, that thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thy neighbor is your brother in this truth that's doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Now, how can you learn to love your brother as you love thyself if you're never around a brother? If you never have to deal with brothers? If you're just on an island, you don't have a brother that you come in contact with. All right? Because the reason is you have to learn to love a brother. And this truth, since I've been in here, you're going to have brothers that's going to come in and you're not going to see eye to eye with. You and brothers going to step on each other's toes, and you got to learn how to deal with brothers' imperfections, and they have to learn how to deal with your imperfections. That's the beauty of being around the brotherhood and building the camp. The Most High bring men in so you can learn how to love your brother. We don't know how to love our brothers. Like in this worldly love, long as shit going right, you call a guy your brother. But soon as shit go wrong, you tell a nigga, I could forgive you and never forget and love you from a distance and never see your ass again. All right, that's worldly love. That it don't go like that in this truth, man. All right? Let me go over a few verses. This is Matthew 5. This is Matthew 5, and I'm going to go to 40. I'm going to start at verse 40. If any man will sue thee at the law, take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak. This talking about brothers, all right? Fellow Israelites. So if somebody sue you, you and them are not seeing eye to eye. Y'all done stepped on each other's toes. All right? So this is how you learn to deal with a brother. All right? If a brother offend you, if a brother sue thee at the law, give him your cloak. All right? Give him what he asks for you. All right? And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. So for you to learn how to, this teaching you patience. And this teaching you, if a brother has leaven in him, how to deal with him. Don't give up on him. Don't do what the world say. If somebody sue you, fuck you. I'd never see you again, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. You my family, but fuck, I could go without seeing you. That's not what the scriptures say. Give him what he want. All right. This is the Most High metaphorically speaking. All right. All right. This is him. This is a similitude. He's giving you an example. He said, if a man wants you to go 1 mile, go twain with him. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him thou wilt borrow of thee, turn thou not away. Yeah, you have heard it have been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Now, how do you learn how to do that? You don't learn how to do that with two-third niggas. You don't bless a two-third nigga. You learn how to do that when you get in the camp and dealing with brothers that you don't see eye to eye with. That's how you love how to love your neighbor. You don't only just love your brother when everything's going good. Your brother might do something to step on your toes, and you still have to love him in spite. And you learn that from being in a camp, okay? You learn how to deal with brothers with different personalities, from different walks of life. You have to learn how to love a brother, man. All right? And the only way you're going to do that is through real life scenarios. He was amongst, I'm telling you, through, I'm telling you through live action that he don't know how to love a brother. All right? You see, he's by himself. He was amongst us for a season. And he do not know how to love. He don't know how to respect a brother. He don't know how to deal according to Matthew the 18th chapter. All right? And as you can see, he's still doing things the way he want to do things. He's on the highways, giving the elders a great millstone, paying double homage to them, all right, and saluting them, but he's not doing what they taught us to do, all right? Now, I'm going to go to Mark. I'm going to go to Mark. This is Mark, the 9th chapter, 30-something. All right? Now listen, check this out. All right, now he's out teaching. He's teaching the apostles' doctrine. Okay? But he's doing it the way he want to do it. All right? Now when you go to his page, you're going to see he was in Houston that week. If you scroll down, he was in Baton Rouge the next week. If you scroll down, he was in Ohio the next week. If you scroll down some more, you're going to see he was in Atlanta. All right? In 4 weeks, he was in 4 different cities. How can you, if you're teaching, gain fruit like that? How can, if somebody that was in Baton Rouge, I'm about to give you an example this weekend. I'm going to give you an example about him. Because the person bought him up. It had a Gadite in the lower state. She was asking for money. All right? And we was like, when she came begging for money, she was a peddler. She was poor. When she came asking for money, she was like, can you, the broad asked for 25 cents. And we was like, damn, what the fuck? I said, normally if somebody asks for money, you know, a bum or something, they're going to ask for $1 or $1.50 or something. She asked for a quarter. I'm like, whoa, gad, low. I was like, man, what can you do for a quarter? Get for a quarter around here. You can't get nothing for a quarter. So then I said, are you a Gadite? I mean, I didn't ask her. I said, you're a Native American? Because her features, she looked like a Native American. And she was like, yeah, I'm a Gadite. And I say, whoa, now you got my attention. When she said that, you know, I was, before I could tell her, she said, oh, I'm a Gadite. And I was like, damn. I was like, who told you was a Gadite? She said, I listen. I say, but what are you listening to, YouTube? She say, no, I don't have a phone. So I say, well, who are you listening to? She said, I had a guy out here teaching, and I listened to what he was teaching, and he told me I was Gadite. She was talking about him. She was talking about him. All right? Now, this is my point of bringing that out. She might not see him to in 4 or 5 weeks. Let's say if she was a guy, let's say she was a male, and she really wanted to learn, and she really wanted to come getting fed, she wouldn't see him again and have no communications again with no physical contact with him again until he comes to the city. That might be a month from now. You see what I'm saying? You see how it's hard to build a camp like that? If she see us, she's gonna see us week in and week out. Okay? We're gonna give her a card. We got cards made, give her a card, give us our website, and if the guy, I'm using her as an example, and if the guy is sincere, he's gonna stay in contact with us. He's gonna come out there week in and week out, and we're gonna test the spirit by the spirit to see if that's a man of the Lord. All right? So my point is, he told her she was an Israelite. He did what was right. Now, what if that was, I'm liking her, what if that was a man that wanted to get fed? Now, what's next? What's next? What you do next? You have to touch the brotherhood. This ain't no cyber fucking truth, man. This ain't no cyber fucking truth. They're gonna see you what in the next 4 weeks. He won't even be in Baton Rouge. All right. You can't be. That's not doing things decently in order. So that person now she knows she's around telling people on her own accord that she's a Gadite now. Now what's next? How's she gonna get fed? She would be starved to death if it was up to him the way he do things, out of order. And I'm gonna show you something. This is Mark 9:38, and Yachanan and John answered him saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and followeth not us. All right. So I'm gonna get that out the way. Oh, he's teaching. Long as he's teaching, there's a such thing as teaching wrong. Okay. And we forbade him because he followed not us. All right. We don't forbid nobody from teaching. In fact, one time we was teaching. We saw him out there with teaching. He was teaching, but we was like, well, he ain't gonna be here the next 3-4 weeks. He probably gonna be in Montana somewhere teaching next week. All right. We jokingly, we sarcastically joked about that. All right. But my point is, somebody that's teaching, as long as they teach a sound doctrine, we not coming against them. All right? They don't have to, this is ain't no gang. You don't have to be amongst great millstone. If you teaching sound doctrine and truth and sincerity, you're not going off on doctrine, so be it. All right? When the eagles come to separate the goats from the sheep, everybody gonna know who is who. Okay? But verse 39, but Yahushua said, forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me. See? Now that's the point. He said there's no man that shall do a miracle. So if this guy was casting out demons, that means he was linked into the power source. He was linked into the power source, man. If he was casting out demons, John the one was going off. All right? John the one was going off. He said, we saw one casting out devils in our name. So if these demons was getting cast out, that means whoever this guy is that wasn't a part of them still believed in Yahushua in truth and sincerity and was doing it sincerely and genuinely, and he had to tapped into the power source, and the Most High was dealing with him. You see what I'm saying? So we have no issue against somebody that's doing this thing, truth and sincerity. All right? But if the Most High was dealing with him, that guy in the scripture, that means that guy was in order. Okay? That means whoever that guy was, he was in order. All right? That means he was in order. He wasn't in direct defiance doing things differently. Whenever, all right, I'm going to give this example. However, Yahushua and the apostles was doing things, the disciple was doing things, for that guy to have tapped into that power source, that means he was doing it the same way. He wasn't doing nothing different. Okay? And that's what I'm saying about this guy. He's doing things differently. He's not doing it the way we're commanded to do it from the elders of Great Millstone, man. Okay? We can't go from city to city, week in and week out in a different city teaching, because you're not. What are you doing? How are you going to gain fruit that way? All right. How are you going to teach a brother and hands-on how to conduct himself over the phone, over the internet? No, that's not how we do things. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25, and it reads, And every man that's striving for the mastery is temperate in all things. And when you're temperate, man, I mean you're self-controlled, all right? You take orders, all right? And that mastery you're striving for is the kingdom, man. And guess what you got to master? You got to master teaching brothers, uh, showing brothers the way to walk, and also submitting under your elder brothers and complying when the elder brother tell you to do something. Okay? That's how you're temperate in striving for the mastery. All right? This thing is all about dealing with brothers, man. We're going to be judged by how we dealt with brothers. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to go to that to the next scripture. Now, they do it to attain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. I therefore so run. Not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. And that's what this guy is doing unto me. He's beating the air. He's fighting. He's going out. He's teaching. He's doing his videos. He's doing a plethora of videos. He do more videos than me, straight up and down. I'm not knocking him. So, by all means, do it. Go hard. Okay? But we have to have the old enchilada. We have to be perfect in this truth, all right? We have to be able to carry out orders perfectly. When you're in the army, when you're in the military, when your superior gives you an order, you have to carry it out with precision and perfection, all right? Whatever the elders of Great Millstones tell us to do, we have to do it with perfection because it's not them, it's the spirit that dwells in them that's giving us the decrees and the commandments. Matthew 5:28. Be ye perfect, even as our Father which is in heaven is perfect. What are we being perfect to? Following orders, following commands. Okay? All right? Let me go over a bunch of chapters. We're going all the way over to the last chapter. That's that. Matthew 28:18. All right. Go ye. I'm going to start at 19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I commanded you. So when you give the apostles and elders of Great Millstone homage, and you give them their double honors, you have to do the things, you have to obey the orders that they commanded us to do it with perfection. They gave us an outline how to do it, and we're supposed to do it. Now, look, when Yahweh Shah said, go teach in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and he said, observe all things what I've commanded, we have to observe everything. We have to observe everything that he commanded. Okay, Salakia. We have to observe everything he commanded. Now, our elders didn't tell us to go from city to city to go teach. In fact, our elders taught us about that. They say, man, if let's say I go to visit I have relatives in Houston too. I have close kin in Houston, as a matter of fact. Let's say if I was going to visit my relatives on the weekend, I still got to do the work. Guess what? They got a camp in Houston. So what would I do? I would get in touch with my elder brother, and I would tell my elder, hey bro, next weekend I'm not gonna be able to make it to camp. I'm going to Houston, and I'm gonna be going to Houston to see some family, have some business with some family. Can you get in touch with the head of the Houston camp and let them know I'll be coming, and ask them is it okay that I come bring it out with them? All right. Then my brother's gonna come back and tell me, yeah, I talked to the elder at the camp in Houston. They say you don't even have to buy a hotel room. They say they got somebody gonna put you up. All right. That's how we do things in Great Millstone. They say don't worry about anything, because when we have guests, we tell them don't worry about anything. We got them, we feed them, we give them shelter, everything. All right. And then I would go to Houston and teach with those brothers. That's how the elders. That's when it says observe all the things whatsoever I commanded you. We have to observe everything the elders taught us, man. We can't do it our own way. We can't be like, well, I agree with everything the elders say, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to tweak it. You see what I'm saying? And the way he's tweaking it, he'll never build a camp that way. He would never learn how to deal with different personalities, different brothers. All right? He would never learn how to learn a brother the way he's doing things. He's never going to come in contact with brothers. Let's build cyber world. Because when he go try to deal with being a great millstone, they're going to be like, well, where you teach at? Then the brother's going to look at your page and see you in a different city every week. And it's nobody in Great Millstone that does that. You're not going to find no brother in Great Millstone that's in a different city week in and week out. Then the brother's going to eventually end up asking you, are you a part of Great Millstone? Well, what elder brother do you have to answer to? Because in Great Millstone we have order. All right, the heads of every camp have somebody that they have to report to up the totem pole to get to the elders. All right, everything's done decently in order. So if you're going to give the elders of Great Millstone honors, you have to obey them in word and deed and follow the outline that they put out for us to follow, man. Okay? This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. And it reads, obey them which have rule over you. All right? And if you're going to obey them that have rule over you, all right, you have to do things the way they do it. And submit yourself. I mean, if you're always by yourself and you're doing your own thing, somebody's going to have to come submit to you, but you're not held accountable to nobody. You could be riding up and down the truck stop blowing weed, then as soon as you jump out the truck, you set up camp. We all have to be accountable to someone, for they watch over your souls, as though we must give account. The reason I know how to deal with a younger brother is because of how my elder brother dealt with me. That's how you learn how to love your neighbor. All right? You don't learn how to learn. Being in the camp is how you learn how to love your neighbor. And the camp, you could switch that word with the church. You don't learn how to be a neighbor being around your 2/3 family and 2/3. A 2/3 don't have any integrity. They don't have no code of ethics. They don't have no code of ethics to live by. We do. So if we got a brother tripping, we have a guideline how to deal with a brother that's tripping. All right? And we have elder brothers that has dwelt with what we haven't dwelt with to give us insight. The scriptures say, do nothing without counsel. We have somebody to counsel with us. Okay? As they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not grief, for this is unprofitable to you. All right? And like I said, man, I'm not doing this to bash it. All right? I've seen guys that was amongst the brotherhood, amongst the flock, that fell out and got separated from the flock, but they ain't keep teaching. This guy kept teaching. I give him that. He's still teaching. But it's such thing as doing stuff long and wrong. I mean, he's just beating the air. He's not. Let me go back to that. I don't even think I finished breaking it down right. 1 Corinthians 9:25. It reads, all right, verse 26. So I run therefore, so run, and as uncertainly, so I fight, not as one that beat in the air. All right, when you beat in the air, that means you missing the mark. You fighting, you trying, but you're missing the mark. You're not hitting your opponent. All right. It got a scripture in Sirach say the enemy hates a man that teaches his child. Let me find that, man. Where that scripture? When this devil see us brothers dwelling together in unity, loving one another, not being hateful towards one another, that hate, this devil hates that, man. Bear with me. I know it's in the Apocrypha somewhere, in the book of Sirach. I'm going to find it. Here we go. Right here. Sirach 30:3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. And that's the point right there. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. All right? So when we build up these camps, these churches, that grieveth the enemy. So you have to know how to build up a camp the right way. You will never build up a camp and grieve the enemy going from city to city. When this devil see a bunch of so-called Negro males and so-called Hispanic and Native American males coming together and not fighting each other, not doing that rap garbage, all right, and they're dwelling together in unity. When they see each other, they greet each other and salute each other, all right. They're in order. That grieveth the so-called white man. He hates that shit. He hates that, man. All right. So when I'm gonna go back to 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. So when you're doing that, you're hitting your mark. When you getting righteous fruit, building righteous fruit, all right, you're not beating the air. You hitting the mark. You hitting that nigga. Bing, bow, bing. You hitting him with body shots. You hitting him on his chin. You hitting him in his temporal lobe. All right, you hitting the enemy. He feeling those licks. But when you doing things your own way and you're trying, he is fighting. You just beating the air. You just doing things uncertainly. That Gadite that came to our camp is a prime example. If that was a male Gadite, I'm speaking hypothetically, and wanted this truth, he gave her a nugget. She told us she was a Gadite before we could tell her she was a Gadite. She had to have got that for him. She said it was one guy out here teaching, and that was him. I know that's who she was talking about. And so, if she was a male, she would get fed week in and week out. She wouldn't. So that means he's beating the air. You're not getting any results in what you're doing. Let's say if the people he talked to in Houston last week, he don't even have enough knowledge base to tell them, look, they got a camp out here in Houston. Here go their camp page. Go deal with them. That's what we do. When somebody from out of state come by our camp, let's say when we're in New Orleans. New Orleans is a tourist city. The most people you see downtown are going to be tourists. So we might have a guy that come past our camp and he'll say he's from Chicago. But this will be the first time he's heard the truth. And he'll sit there and suffer. This has happened to us plenty of times. So we'll be like, where you from? Oh, I live in Chicago. I'm just down here touring the next few days. And so we'll give him the Chicago's camp page and tell him to get in touch with the Chicago camp when he go back home. All right? Now he's at a solid foundation where he can get fed consistently. The way this guy is doing things, young brothers, that's not how you do it, man. You get yoked to a camp, you get in contact with the brothers in a certain camp, and you learn of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's how you learn how to love your neighbor. That's how you learn the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Most High use men to teach men. We have to touch each other, be around each other, dwell around each other. That's how you know how to become a subject in the kingdom of heaven. That's how you learn how to deal with your brothers. All right? We're not doing this cyber world bullshit, man. A brother could be talking on you on the phone in cyber world, blowing on a blunt while y'all talking, man. That's bullshit, man. Over the phone. That's not how you build up brothers. We use those tools to build up brothers, but that's not the way. We come to each other's houses. We get around each other. We deal with each other, man. All right? Some brothers live with each other. We see each other's skeletons. And some things brothers have told me I never tell another soul, man. All right? You don't betray a brother's trust. All right? The way you grieve an enemy is when the enemy see us dwelling together with unity. And you can't do that the way that guy teaches, man. So learn from that. So with that, I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem and Karkodash. I'm going to give double honors to the teachers and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to my fellow laborers in Yahweh, pushing the true across the four winds. Kwam Yasharala.